Where is that salt shaker anyway? 92.3 WTTS. And if you have ever heard that song performed live by Jimmy and the Coral Reefer Band, you've seen this guy on stage. And you've probably heard his songwriting work, too. He is Mac McAnally, and he's kicking off his upcoming solo tour at Brown County Playhouse. Good morning, Mac.
Hey, Matt. How's it going?
I'm doing great. I wanted to tell you that I already know of two people who are going to your show in Nashville, Indiana on September 7th. This was so funny. My family and I were at the in-laws this past weekend having dinner. My mother-in-law brought up the date. My father-in-law said, oh, we can't do that. We're seeing Mac McAnally that night. And I said, wait. Did you say Mac McAnally? And my father-in-law said, yeah. I said, I'm talking to him this week. So plans are being made, man.
This is amazing. I think I probably only got about 10 or 12 carloads of fans, but they're really serious.
and I mean, what a great venue to see you in, too. Do you know why that one got picked for the first date on the schedule?
I don't, but I'm excited about it. The word Playhouse, I've never been there, but I've heard it spoken of well. I've played on enough records for people that have been touring forever. I've heard the venue spoken of well, but I'm looking forward to it. It'll be my first time.
It's a great little spot. All right, so I'm glad I have you because I've always wanted to ask this of someone in the band. I'm sure over the decades of playing with Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefer Band that, I don't know, your perception of Parrot Heads has evolved in some way. I mean, I'm not looking for dirt or anything, and I'm sure you wouldn't speak negatively anyway, but I know that it's definitely a unique group, having spent some time among them myself. How has your perception of that diehard group of fans looked at different stages of your career?
Well, when I started playing on the records all the way back to 1980, and you know, the Parrot Head thing was just sort of starting, and I didn't do the shows until the end of the 80s. Jimmy and I did a little acoustic tour, and then my kids were young, so I didn't go out on the road until I think 94 was the first year that I went full-time on the road. So my first impression of Parrot Heads was, look at these crazy people dressed up with every color in the world and umbrellas in their drinks, and maybe they're a better show than us. That was my initial impression of Parrot Heads from the stage. Was that I think I probably had more fun watching them than they would have had certainly watching me, but everybody was having a good time. That is a basic tenet of the Buffett tour. We're having a good time. The audience is having a good time. They expect to have a good time, and Jimmy's having the best time of all. That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
But over the years, I have to say, Matt, my opinion has evolved and improved because not only are they having a good time, but they are very socially conscious. They're very community conscious. They raise money. They have what as they call parties with a purpose, and they do good left and right in the context of having a great time all the time. And doing something that's of use to somebody else and of use to your community makes you feel good on a separate level than just having a good time listening to music. So it's exponential what they do, and I'm very grateful. And they're very respectful of us. And those of us in the Coral Reefer Band that play shows on our own, like myself, I'm not a full-time artist. I'm a sideman for the most part in the studio and in the Coral Reefer Band. But when I play solo, Jimmy's fans are so gracious to me, and I you know, over the years, from playing on George Strait records and Kenny Chesney records and that sort of stuff, I get some fans of things that I've written for other people, and I'm grateful for all of that. But I have to say, if somebody has the Parrot Heads as a core support group, they are very fortunate, and I count myself on that in that group.
It is a wholesome adjacent group for sure. There's a little bit of edge to it, but for the most part, yeah, pretty harmless and really wonderful people I've found. And
absolutely,
my father-in-law and mother-in-law are among them, and of course, just as you said, you know, they'll find their way to your solo shows. And they'll be there on September 7th. Mac McAnally performing a solo show at Brown County Playhouse on September 7th. Mac, this was delightful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Matt. I much appreciated. Look forward to playing the area.
And we look forward to seeing you. Thanks, Mac. And hey, now for a different musical phenomenon. Taylor Swift tickets still to come. Details in the Instagram story. And if you checked it yesterday afternoon, we've kind of changed it a little bit. Check again the Instagram story again, Matt Pelser Radio.